Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another Total War Warhammer video. This time we're going to be talking about vampire counts and the corruption. So, Total War released a video and a blog post today. You'll be seeing the footage of the video in the background, and I'll be talking about the blog, essentially. So I won't be talking too much about the video, I'll be talking about what the blog talks about, as it goes into a bit more detail than the video. So the video was a Rally Point extra done by Joey, and the blog, I believe, is campaign designer Ava. So I'll be talking a little bit about the blog and just kind of talking through it and seeing how corruption works with vampires. So vampires are corrupt creatures by nature. Their undead bodies sustained by dark magic and the blood of their victims. It is the nature of dark magic to be drawn to itself. And as more and more of these foul energies accumulate, the land itself becomes blighted and accursed. Trees wither, and a miasma of balefire smoke rolls across the landscape, skies darken, and the spirits of the dead stir, shrieking and clawing at any living trespassers that dare venture into these wretched lands. Unfortunately for the living, vampiric corruption is not contained to their sinister realms. As the vampires and their underlings spread, their influence does also. Vampire count heroes such as the necromancers and banshees of the Vanguard, operating under the cover of darkness, they can infiltrate the realms of men and perform foul rituals that draw magic into the lands. The inhabitants will soon find that their crops start to fail as putrid bogs form in their fields and bloodthirsty abominations are glimpsed in their once peaceful forests. Villagers go missing in the nights and terrifying screams can be heard in the darkness as starvation and terror takes its toll. Slowly but surely society collapses and the land itself turns into stuff of nightmare. So, in short, the presence of vampiric corruption causes problems to the public order in provinces belonging to living races, and any living army in a region under the dark influence of vampires will suffer attrition. Should an uprising occur in a region with a large amount of vampiric corruption, a necromancer may appear unleashing the dead upon the living. To vampire counts controlled provinces, maintaining high corruption is essential, as it represents how well the vampires are controlling the remainder of the living populace. Vampires have a unique trait called obedience to the vampires, meaning that for every 10% of vampiric corruption present in a province, they gain 1 point of public order. This is both a blessing and a curse, as it means that a vampire's stranglehold on a province may collapse if the corruption is somehow removed. Heroes such as witch hunters are specialised in this, so it's important that vampire players do not let them roam their lands for long, which is what we saw in the very initial Vampire Counts trailer, a witch hunter. I, in my video, wrongly said witch doctor. I just got the words mixed up in my head. So that was a very apt trailer to show off vampiric corruption and what witch hunters will try and do to your provinces. So vampires have several tools at their disposal for spreading their influence. First, they can use their armies and heroes, as any of these will passively spread corruption in their region. Some skills, traits and items may further increase the intensity of the corruption that is spread by the character possessing them. In addition, the vampire counts may order the construction of balefires, their unholy flames spreading withering smoke that blights the lands. Larger balefire buildings can even spread this taint to adjacent provinces into foreign lands. Last but not least, through studying necromantic tombs, the vampire counts may learn incantations allowing them to spread their influence. Living races have some tools to combat this fell influence, as they can construct shrines, shaman hovels, and temples to keep the darkness at bay. Here they may recruit their own heroes that automatically counter corruption where they detect it. So the game will also feature some dynamic events, the outcome of which may cause or remove corruption. So then they go into certain percentages about corruption, so I'll kind of read it as they've said it. So all these factors combined determine the total percentage of corruption that the province will trend towards. If there is a vampire hero providing 3 points of vampiric influence in an empire region with a Shrine of Sigmar, that produces 4 points of anti-corruption, while there is an active event that produces 1 point of chaos corruption, then the total is 8. So 1 point meaning 12.5 chaos corruption, and 3 points will eventually result in 37.5 vampire corruption, and it will take several turns before the corruption levels adjust. Since spreading corruption is slower than sending an army over to conquer an enemy city, it should be used intelligently. The major advantage of corruption is that it does not cause any diplomatic penalty. This means you can cause it to undermine factions that are neutral or even friendly. towards you, without resorting to open war in which the faction's allies are likely to get involved as well. The vampire counts as scheming masters of deceit, and alliances with the living are considered nothing more than a temporary convenience after all. So, that was Vampiric Corruption. I think that it's going to be a very interesting game mechanic. I like the fact that it's not going to be able to spread quick enough for it to help too much in military matters. You're going to have to rely on conquest and then conversion afterwards, which is pretty much what we've seen from previous Total Wars. However, having the Chaos and the Vampiric Corruption kind of almost competing for each other in, I guess, Empire-type provinces and other various provinces where Chaos will spread is going to be very interesting to see. And I do like the mechanic between witch hunters and the undead. So I'm excited to be able to test out the feature. If you've got any thoughts about corruption, make sure to leave them in the comments below. And until next time, everyone, I bid you a very, very good day.